off your shoes. Increase your worldview, it's math with Matthew. X equals 3.
Welcome to this video blog of Math with Matthew. This is where I take a look at news stories involving math and offer analysis and opinions. This blog is based upon NAEP, the National Assessment of Educational Progress. And at the end of October, some data came out about math education and how we are doing within this country with math. And we're going to discuss it here today. Now, the background of this information is this test, the NAEP, is really the only national test that we have. Each state has their own standardized test, as well as some states are moving to either the PARCC or the Smarter Balanced. But for this particular test, this assessment, all states currently use it, and it's really what we use as a national report card. It's given out every 2 years in grades 4 and 8, and every 4 years for grades 12. Now, for the first time since the year 2000, students' average scores have actually dropped as a nation. In grade 4, each year the grades have increased, but for this past year, 2015, there was a small dip of 1 point. Grade 8 has also increased every year, but there was a more significant dip for 2015 of 3 points. Grade 12 did not test this year. Their data will be tested again in 2017. Now, the reason why this is somewhat controversial, in addition to the actual first drop that there has been, is that it's tied directly to those anti-Common Core people, as they blame the Common Core for the reason behind the drop in these NAEP scores. In 2013, when the scores went up again for the 5th or the 6th consecutive year, the National Education Secretary, Arne Duncan, credited the Common Core for the reason why we had continued growth. The states, all of the states that had adopted the Common Core and had used it for 2013, their scores had increased. So that was a platform that the Education Secretary had used as to why the Common Core was working. Well, 2015, as we learned, the data actually showed that the states were decreasing. But Secretary Duncan had a different message. He said, quote, massive changes in schools often lead to a temporary drop in scores while teachers and students adjust. Also, big changes never happen overnight. Well, that's quite a different message than we heard in 2013, where he was applauding those states that had adopted the Common Core. So people, in a sense, are using this as an anti-Common Core message. However, everything that's covered on this NAEP test is not necessarily tied directly to the Common Core. There are many topics within the 4th grade that was on this NAEP test that's not within the Common Core curriculum. So that could be one of the reasons why there is a slight drop, as the Common Core is basically fully used among the nation. As we turn to the data within Massachusetts, we see that Massachusetts students also had some declined data. The 4th grade students declined from 253 points to an average of 251. And the 8th grade students had a bigger drop, with their average score dropping from a 301 in 2013 to 297 in 2015. However, the good news is Massachusetts students are still tops in the nation. Based on their average scaled scores, Massachusetts 4th and 8th grade students are tied with 3 other states for the highest scores in the country. Now, I would not make too much of this initial decline of 2015. However, based on an average growth of about 1.5 points every 2 years that we take this test, it's a little bit surprising that we had a decline in 2015. However, the 2017 data will really tell us the picture. Is there really a problem that's occurring? And if we have another decline in 2017, that will really be cause for alarm. However, if the data rebounds in 2017, we can say that this particular data was just a blip on the radar. So that's what we need to do, is wait to see we get more data in 2017. However, something that really does concern me and something that we need to think about is how much standardized testing are we actually doing within the schools. President Obama came out with a message that we should be capping the amount of testing that we do at 2%. Well, we have our own standardized test of MCAS. We're moving to PARCC or Smarter Balanced in different states. We also have our district-determined measures that we use in Massachusetts. We have AP testing as well as classroom testing that we do. And in addition, we do preparation for a lot of these tests, such as the standardized test of MCAS or PARCC or whatever the standardized test is. So now we also have this NAEP testing that occurs that our students have that takes away from our actual instruction time. We as a state, as a group, as a country really need to examine how much testing we do of our students and really determine if it's really in the best interest of student learning, because I'm not so sure that all of this testing actually improves student learning. But we'll see in 2017 when we get more NAEP test data to find out if there really is a problem with mathematics instruction and mathematics learning in the United States. Thanks for listening to this video blog. I'm Matthew of mathwithmatthew.com.